Hello everyone. Today's pleasant alcoholic recipe is for a Mocha liqueur, so coffee and chocolate. So what you'll need is some cocoa nibs, or cacao nibs, however you want to pronounce it. They're apparently just small bits of roasted cocoa beans, very possibly just swept up off the floor of the cocoa factory, but available in supermarkets, and these are organic, so that's rather groovy. You're going to want some ground coffee, any old sort that takes your fancy, a jar. It doesn't have to be sterile because the alcohol will stop anything growing in it. It just needs to be clean with a good lid that keeps it sealed. Half a bottle of vodka, might just use cheap vodka, and half a vanilla pod. Now you want to split the vanilla pod lengthways and chop it up into small bits to let all that flavour out. Those are the basics. We'll need some sugar later on, but this is stage one. Okay, so once you've done your measuring, you're ready to put the lot together. So it's 4 tablespoons of the cocoa nibs, and put them into the jar. 2 tablespoons of ground coffee, put that into the jar, and your half a vanilla pod that you've split lengthways and chopped into smallish pieces, you put that into the jar, and then half a bottle of vodka, and unsurprisingly you put that into the jar. Right, so I'm going to put the lid on and give it a shake. Right, there you go, all shaken up. Now I'm going to stick it in a cupboard and leave it for about a week. Every time I come across it, I'll give it another shake, but it's just going to sit there and let the vodka soak all those flavours out of those 3 flavoursome ingredients. See you next time. Okay, so it's a week later and the cocoa nibs and the coffee grounds have been soaking in the vodka for 7 days, so now I'm going to strain it. A bit of a shake. I'm going to strain it using a jelly bag simply because I can squeeze it out, but a sieve would do just as well. Right, there we go, I'll squeeze that out, then I'm going to filter it. Okay, just a standard coffee filter from Tesco. I'm going to filter it back into the same jar for now, giving that jar a rinse to keep the bits out, and we'll see how that goes. Right, I'll be back once it's filtered. Right, that's it filtered. Pretty good yield, I suppose. Tasted a tiny drop of it without sugar. Obviously it's pretty much just like bitter vodka, so I'm going to try adding the sugar. So 75 grams of sugar. I haven't got brown sugar, but what I have got is this coconut sugar, which to be honest is just like unrefined demerara. So I'm trying to do this without heating it, so I'm going to dump in the sugar. Put the lid on and leave it until it dissolves. I don't know how long that will take, but I'll be back when it has. And there we go, that's the finished product. Very dark, and ready for Christmas. So what does it taste like? Well, just the stuff itself, it's quite a grown-up drink. It's quite bitter, but it tastes of chocolate and coffee, which isn't half bad. Actually, that's the second tasting and I really like that. However, if you're feeling extravagant, then if you mix it 50-50 with cream and put an ice cube or 2 in it, Oh, that is rather like a grown-up Baileys sort of drink. Tastes rich and creamy because of the cream, but it's got a good flavour of the dark and bitter chocolate that you can buy if you're a chocolate freak. Anyway, if you feel like having a go, have a go. I quite like it. In fact, I like it a lot. I'm going to be fairly smashed at Christmas. Cheerio.